Falcon fans, and of course, that boy Tidy from Atlanta Bird Gang is in the building. You already know what it is.
What's happening?
Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. Man, it's going down in a major way. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you can find One Time for the Fan, you know where to find us. ATL Bird Gang is in the building. Tidy man, first time here on One Time for the Fan, and I'm glad you can take the time out of your day to come talk some dirty birds with the dirty birds. So big shout to Tidy, man. How's everything going for you, brother?
Hey, man, I'm doing splendid, man. I couldn't be better, bro. No complaints at all on my side. The weather's starting to get warmer. So, hey, man, great mood, great spirits, man. I appreciate you having me here. Jack Spade, my first time. T. Will, good to see you again, my friend. Hope everything is going well for both of you gentlemen.
Man, good to see you, Tidy. Welcome back, man. Super excited to have you because we know you're going to be honest and we know you're going to keep it real no matter what. And hey, at the end of the day, that's all we can ask for, sir.
I mean, he's already honest. He said the weather getting better, T. Will.
It is getting better. It is.
I play golf, so I'm ready for these days right here. I'm trying to get outside and get to it, man. But yeah, for everybody in the chat, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button, tag your Falcons friends, and tell your Falcons family, man. We got a special guest. We got Tidy from Atlanta Bird Gang joining us. First time ever. Won't be his last, I guarantee you, man, because me and Tidy have talked football before. T. Will, you've talked football with Tidy too as well. And, there's been on some conversations where, a 5-minute conversation might turn into 30 minutes, or it might turn into an hour, it might turn into a little bit more. But we love the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm sure Tidy will, get everybody ready for the season, and people are going to get ready to ask their questions. And of course, they're bringing the comments to the chat right now already. So, Tidy, man, we just got to get into it, man. Just tell the fans a little bit about yourself, man. Of course, how long you've been repping the Atlanta Falcons, man. And just a little bit about Atlanta Bird Gang, how that whole page got started and everything, brother.
Yes, sir. No doubt. My name is Tidy. With Atlanta Bird Gang, I am originally from Georgia, the Red Clay. Contrary to what I've realized, some people think I'm not from Atlanta. I'm not a Grady baby. I am actually from Middle Georgia, Warner Robins, Macon. So I'm about an hour south of ATL. I have lived there on and off, went to school, Atlanta Metro College, on and on and on, but I'm a Middle Georgia boy. Sometimes the people get on my case in the comments. They say I'm country, but that's the 478 in me. So it is what it is. I've been a Falcons fan, and I know this cliche, gentlemen, but I've been a Falcons fan essentially all my life. Both my parents are Falcons fans. Grew up watching Gerald Riggs run the football with my father. And I remember, being a little toddler, watching and listening and observing him watch the game on Sunday with his shirt off and a beer in his hand, cussing at the TV because the Falcons had pissed him off. And it's funny how history repeats itself, because I often find myself doing the same thing. So, I'm a lifer when it comes to these birds. As far as Atlanta Bird Gang, that was a page that we originally started on Instagram back around 2011, maybe 2012. So almost 15 years now. And it really just started as a way to just support the team, real big Falcons fans. And, Instagram was kind of, in its infancy stage at that point in time. So started a page based on the Atlanta Falcons. And, I remember for the longest time we had like just 100 people that followed the page and just kept. And back then it was just about pictures. They didn't have reels and videos. And, it started to grow. And then we eventually went to Facebook and eventually YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff. And here we are now, man. It's just really a way to support the team, to support the team, help the brand, help grow the fan base. And just like, you gentlemen show, give fans an outlet, give fans a way to express themselves, because, when all of us was smaller or little or maybe in our teens, we didn't have the privilege of getting our voices heard. We had to read the newspaper or listen or watch the news at 11 o'clock, or traditional media. And with the advent of technology and social media, we can get our voices heard as well as all fans across the world. So we are, man. Happy to be here.
Man, big shout out to Tidy. Chat is live. Chat is lit. We're gonna get to the comments, all the fans in the stands. We're gonna get to y'all in just a minute. That page now, Tidy, you're talking about it's over 25,000, 29,000 people in there too. You got the whole damn 100 level section in for the Mercedes-Benz in the damn Bird Gang group, man. How did it just grew to a level of fans wanted to talk Falcons football, and you opened up that page to where it's like people can just now join in and then just voice their opinions about the team. But I was in there earlier. People are going on Freddie the Falcon. They talking about the food prices at Mercedes-Benz. They talking about the new uniforms. Like, how do you feel? Does your notification just go crazy on your phone? Like, how does that work for you?
It does sometimes. And I guess I just got to the point, where I've gotten used to it. But you're right. It's a lot of hardcore fans in there with a lot of different opinions in there. And once football season starts, I mean, it really cranks itself up, and that's obviously when it's most active in the page, man. But yes, we got about 30 on the page right now. Well, I'm sorry, we got about 30,000 in the Facebook group. We have about 36,000 on the actual page, the page itself, and we're approaching about 21,000 on Instagram. So, it's doing pretty good.
And we got Tidy here tonight talking Falcons football. T-Will for my ATO Sports One Time for the Fans. Sir, how are you doing over there, man? You had a magnificent podcast here tonight with your brother, LBB Eric Parker, and of course Miss Carrie, baby. Big shout out to Miss Carrie. Big shout out to Bodie 3000 One Time for the Fan. T-Will, how's your week going for you, man? Last time we talked, we didn't have a general manager. Now we got a general manager in the building, so we're going to get to that in just a couple minutes. But T-Will, please tell the people how you feeling, bro?
Hey, man, feeling good. Again, Tidy, man, super excited to have you on the show, man. I can't wait. I got some questions for you, so, I'm ready, man. I was working on that today. I was like, oh, I can't wait. Hey, to everybody in the chat who joined us, thank y'all so much, man. Super excited to talk to you guys. Super excited to talk about these Falcons, man. And hey, Jack, let's not waste anybody's time, man. Let's get to it. So, Tidy, if you don't mind, Jack, may I ask him the first question?
Man, go right ahead. Please do. I'm going to go ahead and start rolling through these comments for the fans that do know One Time for the Fan. Very difficult to get to all the comments as we have a special guest here. The platform belongs to Tidy tonight, so we want to make sure we can pick his brain on the Atlanta Falcons. So the question segment, questions from the chat, we're going to do it about 9:15 or so. So if you have any questions for Tidy or, of course, myself or T-Will, please get ready around the 9:15 time slot. I'm going to run through these comments because the fans in the stands are always great. One time for the fan, from the fan, for the fan. Y'all are truly amazing. So big shout out to you all. Tidy T-Will's going to ask you the first question, man. And feel free to take as much time as you want, man. Break it down. I know you, like you said, I know you got the receipts and you keep the facts with you.
So, he does keep receipts. He does.
So please, Tidy, man, let us know what's going on. T-Will, the floor is yours, man.
Yes, sir. All right, Tidy. So myself, Jack, I'm sure you and everybody in the Falcons universe saw the podcast with Ian Cunningham. And I know you know where I'm going. And yes, I'm going there. When asked about Michael Penix, I don't want to say that Matt dodged the question because he didn't. But he did not, and I repeat, he did not commit to Penix being the quarterback. He deferred to Kevin Stefanski saying, well, we're not the head coach. Essentially, and I'm paraphrasing, that's his decision. Some folks feel like, maybe that was nothing. Others feel like, okay, this is a bit of a shift. He's essentially saying that the quarterback position in Atlanta is up for grabs. Again, two sides of the coin. Where do you stand, sir? Give me your interpretation of those comments and what you think that means to the 2026 Falcons. But no pressure. No pressure.
Yeah. What I think it means is, first and foremost, I think Matt's statement in general was taken way out of context.
Okay.
I totally understand what he said, what he meant, and exactly why he said it. Matt is pretty much trying to let people know that he's not there to overstep his boundaries. He's pretty much saying, look, I'm the president of football operations. I'm not the head coach. That's a head coach / general manager decision. More so, I'm sure a head coach decision. So he's not trying to step on Stefanski's toes and say, well, yeah, Michael Penix, he's our starting quarterback, and we're looking forward to him starting the season in 2026. Or, well, we don't know. We're going to go in the draft and, see what we find in the draft. He's just trying to let everybody know, yeah, we work as a unit, but there's a chain of command, and everybody has their own job, duties, and responsibilities. And I think the media and some fans just really took what he said totally out of context, because in reality, that is a head coaching decision. That's something that you should have asked Stefanski last week and let him comment on that.
Correct.
Even one of the comments I saw said, I bet they won't ask if Bijan's going to be the starting running back. They don't answer to that question.
Right.
Well, it's not like, I'm doing the 6-7 motion too as well. But for me, Tidy's right. It's the situation where you don't want to step on Stefanski's toes. You brought him in here because you needed a head coach to make the right decisions. I know some fans are probably leaning off of what the press conference was the week before.
Right.
Arthur and all them were saying and so forth.
Can you allude to that, Jack? Can you go be specific about that? About what you're saying?
They did say in their press conference that, that's their future, Michael Penix. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Kevin Stefanski put together, as your brother would say, the Avengers type of coaching staff.
Who was they in the previous conference?
That would be Matt Ryan, Arthur Blank. They didn't have a GM at that point in time, so Kevin Stefanski was right there at that meeting too as well.
Right.
And I'm guessing anybody within that organization, you have your executives that's in the office.
Right.
Don't make football decisions, but I'm guessing they all talk at the table. Could be your boy too as well. You never know. Could be that dude, Rich McKay.
I love Rich.
But I'm just want to let you know.
So in that previous conference, Mike was their guy, right?
Right.
You still have to hold on.
Okay. I know where you're going. Yeah,
see where I'm going.
Okay.
And then a week later, 7 days later, at the same place, at the same bad time, well, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. I mean, that's the job of the coach.
Right.
You see how some could,
so
because it walks like a, wax like a, there's definitely some inconsistency. I'll say it, guys. I'll be the bad guy today. Ladies and gentlemen, playing the role of the bad guy, it's T. Will. Yeah, no, they definitely said it. They definitely said it.
We're trying to gain subscribers.
They definitely said it, Jack. You can't see if they wouldn't have said anything in the first meeting, then it's okay, right? Yeah. But you can't come out in a unified front in front of the owner and say Penix is our future.
Well, I told you on the podcast last week, T. Will. Things that we talk about as fans, they have to be talking about in the front office.
Agreed.
Right? So the Michael Penix situation, the talk has to be had about,
and it has to be good.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, why the change in a week's time? You get what I'm saying? Look,
you got a GM now. You got a GM now. That's could be one thing.
I'm with them either way. But if Penix was your guy last week, how can it be a coaching decision now? Wasn't a coaching decision last week when you said Penix is our future. You couldn't have said Penix is our future this week.
A friend of mine today said that kind of led. I don't want to cut you off too well. I know you're cooking right now. A friend of mine here said Penix's post comes at the right time when they had that, press conference yesterday or the day before, whatever. And the post today kind of looks like, my back is against the wall. I need to come out swinging. I need to come out as a better player. And to see the Falcons players, here's another thing. To see the Falcons players under the post, JB3, Chris Blair, Kobe Bryant, everybody, man, we got you. We got you. That's the environment Penix wants to be surrounded in. And you need to be surrounded in that environment, because when it's time for you to get out there in that field, Mr. Penix, you got to give it your all, because in this business, if you don't do what the organization wants you to do or plans for you to do, they will look the other way. The same fans that build you up will bring you down if you don't.
They will.
Yes, they will. This is Atlanta. This ain't the Cardinals. This ain't the Titans. This ain't. We're at a point where it's 8 seasons of a drought.
Mm-hmm.
So these fans, we can build up this super Avenger coaching staff. If we don't give these fans what they want when it's time for you to get out there week 3, week 4, and like he said to Zach Klein, I'll do everything in my power to be ready week 1. So if you are ready week 1, I'm hoping for a successful season. If you don't have that successful season, that's where Matt's comments and I think some of the people in the boardroom are looking like, man, we might have to look a different direction when it comes up to 2027. I don't want to get too far down the line because we're talking about the success of the 2026 Atlanta Falcons. Tidy, there was a post that I think you saw you guys put up or somebody in the group put up. Somebody projected us to have 5 wins or 6 wins or something this year.
Yeah, that came from Sports Illustrated.
Man,
they said we go 5-12.
Who at Sports Illustrated said that?
The writer or the author
was it Peter King?
No, it wasn't Peter King. It would have made bigger headlines for Peter King.
Right. Peter King. Okay.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it and let you know during the show.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, for Penix, I'm all for getting this success like right now. I understand some fans, they don't want to wait till the 2029 to see people develop. Some people is like, look, we got Stefanski, you got Alex Van Pelt, you got the Tanner passing game coordinator guy, you got everybody who's in place to have a successful staff. Eric called this group the Avengers, right? This is let me tell you something, T-Will, you talked about on your show the other night, the amount of experience that's in that room,
right,
versus what Raheem them had,
right.
It's not, but here's the thing, it's not just for Penix. Well, it's for any quarterback that's in that room. So
and any offensive player that's in that room. Go ahead, Tidy. Sorry about that.
Right.
I didn't say that.
I know Tidy's getting ready to say something, but yeah.
Okay. No, go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's for any player that's in that room. I know some fans are calling for Flacco. I know some fans are calling for Malik Willis. I know some fans are calling for trading for Mac Jones, Jacoby Brissett. Anybody who's on that coaching staff is going to look at that quarterback and say, look, we can get some successful, a successful season out of this guy, or even half of a successful season out of this guy until Penix comes back. For me, I don't have a timetable for Penix. I'm on the side of let's win. And you got all the props and tools that you need to go out there and get the job done. Mm-hmm. But I see how this press conference kind of had people on both sides of the fence. Like, did they just throw him under the bus? Are they on his side? Are they giving it to Kevin Stefanski? I think Matt is, in his first month or so, he did say it earlier that he's going to let the GM and the coach do the GM and the coach's job.
Mm-hmm.
But as business folks in that room, if we're talking about it as fans on that podcast, you best believe they're sitting around that table talking about what the future could be.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. No doubt about it.
It's what it is. And that goes to the next question, too, as well, because there's some fans in the stand. Mrs. Smith is in the chat.
Hey, Mrs. Smith.
Big shout out to Mrs. Smith, Jay Kidd, Jay in the Truck, King Richie, Jeremiah Weems, King of Atlanta supporter, Willie Osborne.
Hey, what up, Jeremiah?
Man, there's so many fans in here talking Falcons. Make sure you tag your Falcons friends and tell your Falcons family. One Time for the Fan is live with Tidy from Atlanta Bird Game, man. He took the time out of his busy day to come over here and join us for tonight. First time on One Time for the Fan. So I'm glad he can join us today. So we're going to take some more moments here to pick Tidy's brain, man. Even J Kidd, like I said, DA Hunter's in the chat. Let's see, we got Malik is in the chat. Big shout out to Malik in the chat. Let's see, Jay Black is down here too as well. Big shout out to
Black.
Blue Jacket for Life is in the chat. He said, who's still listening to Stephen A. Smith? Stephen A. Smith has some comments this morning too as well. Mad Dog has some comments. Cam Jordan has some comments. The Get Up ESPN crew with Mike Greenberg, I think it was. He had some comments. Tim Hasselback had some comments. It's really important when you have a quarterback that fans want to know what you got down here in Atlanta. I get it. We're not Tennessee with Cam Ward, even though they had a bad season, they got Cam Ward. New York got Jackson Dart. Jacksonville got Trevor Lawrence. We have a guy that's on the edge of like, is he going to be healthy week 4, week 5? Is he going to be ready by week 6? Is he going to be ready by training camp? Some fans will call him for training camp. I'm not with the rushing the player.
Me neither.
Jack, can we go back to Mrs. Smith's comment?
We can get to anybody's comment too, but where you at? Where they at?
You just had it up.
Which one? The one about Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Let me go on right. We're going right back here. Mrs. Smith 29. There you go, right there. We could pick apart this comment right here too as well. Todd, you can jump in on this. T-Will, what you got for this one?
No, I want to know what you guys think about it, because that has come up in circles that I've been a part of, and we've had passionate discussions about it. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. And I say this because 90% of our plays with Penix are out of pistol, and I've seen very few with him under center. And I just want to hear what you guys have to say. So
it's Tidy's platform tonight. Definitely
go ahead, sir. Floor is yours. Give us your thoughts on this.
I've tried my best to be very optimistic on this subject. As the old saying goes, action speaks louder than words. Mm-hmm. At this point, Penix has to prove that narrative or that notion or that assumption to be incorrect, because even at Washington, he didn't go under center very much. And once he got to the NFL, he wasn't under center very much. And a big indictment to me, even though the previous coaching staff, they tried their best to play it off, but once Penix went down with the injury, you bring Kirk back in, and Kirk's under center, and the offense looks totally different.
Right.
And I give Raheem and Zach their props, because they didn't play into the media's, hey, well, why y'all on the center now? You've been in pistol and shotgun all year. And Zach, it's game by game scenario. Okay, Zach, I was born that night, but not last night. But anyway, good win. But I mean, if you're being objectively honest, I mean, you can't ignore that you don't see your quarterback get on the center often. Speaking about Michael Penix, I mean, he's gonna have to prove that. And I'm not saying Stephen A. Smith is right. I'm not saying he's wrong, but he's plugged in with people that we ain't plugged in with.
Right.
So he's hearing something through the grapevine, and then that goes back to guys who have played this game at a high level for like 20 years combined. Shout out to Ovi Mahaley and also Michael Turner. They put out the same thing, and these are guys who are Falcons fans. They cover the Falcons like we do,
right?
And they talked about it. So, and I'll just say this, and then I'll pass the mic to y'all. But if this is true, emphasis on the word if this is true, man, that's a big indictment on Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot for taking a guy with a previous injury history who can't get on the center, because you can't stay in that pistol and shotgun all game long. And I'll say this, I'm sure you gentlemen noticed, like, once Kirk Cousins came in, and Kirk's arm ain't what it was 3, 4, 5 years ago as far as strength, but the offense was way more fluid. It looked like a real NFL offense. We kept defenses off balance. It was just way more fluid, and it flowed better than just sitting back there in that pistol with that broke play action that we do out the pistol when you're doing a half 360, man. Right. So
half a step drop, turn around, there you go.
Yeah. So Penix got to prove that to be incorrect, and I know he jumped in the comment section of OV and Turner's Instagram or whatever that was. But hey, Mike, you got to prove everybody wrong, bro. That's what you're gonna have to do this year.
Yeah. And if he feels like jumping in this podcast in the comment section, we'll say, "What's up, yo, Mike?
Bro? Shoot you the link."
Right. We're all for.
I'm sure Tidy's a special guest, but I'm sure Tidy wouldn't mind. Come on,
I wouldn't mind at all. In fact, please come in and let us know something.
Right. Well, I'll go ahead and extend 30 more minutes on the podcast for you, Michael Penix. But we're all for the success of Michael Penix. I want to see him do great things in Atlanta. I'm not the one to just sit here and say, oh, it's not going to work out and all this type of stuff. I want to see Kevin Stefanski in his first year, Matt Ryan in his first year. I want to win the division, man. I want to get back to the playoffs, man. I want to have a nice season to where fans can come back out and feel good about going to the bins. And remember that 2016 season, man? You couldn't find an empty seat in that joker, man. That's what I want. Even the merchandise. You couldn't even go to Target or Walmart, none of them places and find anything. Everybody was selling it on the corner. That is when the city was moving and booming. Ian Cunningham mentioned that too as well back in 1998 or so when the Braves, 96 with the Olympics and stuff. And Ian growing up over here, you got a hometown kid who wants to see the city win. So I'm really happy to see what Ian Cunningham can do. Now, I have to ask you a question, Tidy, about the Michael Penix situation.
Hold on, Jack. You didn't answer the question.
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. Oh, T, what we cooking tonight? No, we cooking.
Okay, I'm just saying. You up here tap dancing. I want you to get to it.
No, I ain't tap dancing, bro.
You up here like Davis Jr., boy. Just you are tapping, brother. Let's go.
I got to ask you this once. I heard this the other day, Tidy, on a radio show. Tidy, let's just say we have a restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're a chef, right? And you've been a chef for a long time, right? And I put you on the steaks. I put you on the ribs. I put you on, certain type of food that I know, the restaurant's going to be serving. And you have a problem cooking that food. It's not coming out well, right? It's not at the right temperature, or the food doesn't have enough seasoning on there, type of thing. For me as a restaurant manager, do you think I'm going to keep you on that same side of the grill cooking steaks and pork chops and ribs and stuff if you already had a problem with it? I'm probably going to move you off, right?
Yeah, you're probably going to move me to salads.
Salad, soup, something else is more of your fit, right?
Yeah.
Right.
If I'm a coach in the NFL and I have you as a player during the week in training camp on the field where the fans can see and off the field in the back room where nobody can see, if I'm working certain plays with you and I realize there's a problem, I'm going to pull you away from that, and I'm going to put you in a different type of skill set. And then for you, if you have a certain type of skill set that you like or what you can work with, I'm going to try to work with you. But if I notice that I put you back on the steaks, you keep burning the steaks, keep messing up. Now you're messing up the flow of the business. You're messing up the flow of what the concept of what we're trying to do with this restaurant. So for the previous coordinators and the people in the room, they see more of Penix than we do. They probably went to practice and said, something ain't right with this under center with this young man.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they put him back in the situation. Now, Kirk is 36, 37 years old coming off of an Achilles.
Right.
Put him under center just like that.
Right.
No problem. Now, I know Kirk is old for his age, and fans are talking about, oh, yeah, well, he wasn't the best quarterback we had. He wasn't doing this, that, and the third. But the offense looked totally different when it was with Kirk under center, because now the playbook is opening up a little bit more to what you wanted to run.
Yes, look night and day, Jack.
Night and day. So I'm not going and saying anything rude or negative about him because I'm not on the coaching staff. I'm not anybody in the organization. But I know if there's something wrong behind the scenes, I got to pull you away from that. Why would I put you out there under center? Week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 30 snaps. If in practice, there's a problem in practice with the stuff. It's the same like the restaurant. Ty, you keep burning the damn steaks. That's the 5th customer we lost this week. Now I got to do something about it when it comes to the business. So I'm guessing this year we will see, Falcon fans. We can't jump to April, May, June. We will see of what's going to happen with Stefanski and Alex Van Pelt and Tanner, Robert Quinn, this whole coaching staff. Because it's a magnificent group that Penix has around him. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that, of course, everything goes well. But if we come out there this season and realize, oh, you back in that shotgun again, like, Don't think about 2026. Think about 2025. It was right there in front of you. So I just wanted to put that out there, Ty. I didn't mean to use the restaurant like you can't cook steak. I don't know if you're good at cooking steak and ribs and stuff, but I had to throw it out there just for you, man.
No, that was a great analogy.
I just try to do the best I can, man. Falcon fans in the chat, they live and lit, man. I know a lot of people.
May I retort? I know that was, boy, that was
your podcast too, T. Will. You know.
Thank you. I'm just saying. So, the only reason I bring it up, that's the third person I've heard say that.
Who's the other one?
Another one was OV and what's her name?
Michael Turner.
And then what's his name from the NFL? He likes the Falcons. Played for Detroit.
Dan Orlowski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He referenced that.
He's low-key a Falcon fan.
But that's three, right? Now, one is a coincidence. Two, not so much. Three, there's something to that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, again, all depend on how you look at it. I mean, we don't know what he's having done to his knee or knees. We know what they tell us. We don't know what the full procedure is. Okay? Yeah. Because again, for his entire career with the Falcons, it's been shotgun, pistol. So maybe whatever they've done, whatever they went in and cleaned up, hopefully we will see him under center. Because to Tidy's point, if we drafted a quarterback knowing he could only be in certain formations, that's a problem. So
that's a big problem.
It was just curiosity on my point, because again, that's the third time I've heard that from three separate folks on three separate shows. Now, my daddy said once, maybe twice, but three times, that ain't just a lady, son. That's typically the truth.
Yeah.
Like Tidy said about Stephen A. Smith, that dude plugged in a little bit more than what we plugged in on. If he hearing some things around the league, people can hate him, people can say what they want to say about him. That man getting paid $150 million to sit up there every damn day and say that
right.
stuff. So wherever he plugged in on, I don't care if it's volleyball, I don't care if it's a cat and dog race. He knows something about that damn dog trainer.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just what it is when it comes to that situation. Fans in the chat are definitely voicing their opinions about the Falcons, and of course Michael Penix and the comments that were made from Matt Ryan. And at the end of the day, from y'all know, one time for the fan, it's always from the fan for the fan. So we will roll through these comments as we continue talking about the Atlanta Falcons and of course different things that's happening amongst the organization this offseason. Cam Jordan said it. No, he's not a Falcon fan. He's a Saints guy.
Cam.
Your best ability is availability.
Facts.
And I sat there and listened to it. I said, I can't believe I'm agreeing with Cam Jordan. I can't.
Facts. Hey, that's one component that made Matt Ryan as good as he was, because he was always available. He was dependable.
This fan base for 10 plus years. Type.
He did. Can't make the club from the tub.
Man, there you go.
I'm saying it like this, man. It's going down in a major way tonight. We'll continue to roll through these comments. I know a lot of people are talking Atlanta Falcons football in the chat, so we'll get to the fans in the stands. I do want to play a little game with Tidy, man, since he's here talking some Falcons football on the first time with one time for the fans. So we got a little game here. Kerry set us up with you can get with this or you can get with that.
Jack, before we start, I hope these questions are tougher than the questions T. Will gave me.
Oh my God!
Oh man!
T. Will gave me these pancake questions. What's the Falcons logo? What's like?
You know what? Here go Berto say Jack is an op. I ain't no op, Berto.
No,
I am not the op.
The next time
boys down 85 South when you get off on Canal Street, them the ops. Them the ops.
Tidy, the next time you come on, I'll have something for you. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Tidy?
I'm ready.
All right. So these are this or that questions. This isn't going to require thought. It's just first thing that comes to mind, right?
All right.
Okay. Number one, Bigfoot or Godzilla? I'm kidding. Number one, wings or pizza?
Wings.
Love it. Julio or Roddy?
Roddy.
Yeah, wait, had to think about that one, Ty. What's going on?
What went through my head immediately is, do I answer this on who was the best, or who do I like the best,
Right.
and who's really more Falcon at heart? So I had to go with Roddy. Even though Julio was better.
That's fair. Atlanta Braves or Atlanta Hawks?
The Bravos, baby. Let's go. Dale Murphy, Bob Horner.
Yes.
Mark Lemke, Jeff Blauer.
Yep. Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones,
Aaron.
Ramirez,
The Ted.
Maddox. Yep. Ted Turner, Bobby Cox. Joe Torre was a manager for the Braves a long time ago. Back in the day.
Man, look about John Smoltz.
Back in the day. John Smoltz, yeah, definitely John Smoltz.
Get to the new Braves too. Freddie Falcon. Freddie Freeman, of course, who left us recently. You know, that championship team that we had, man. That was a good little time, man. I think somebody mentioned that Freddie Freeman was going to come back to the Braves. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah,
he's going to win probably 3 more championships with the Dodgers. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Future or Jeezy?
Snowman.
Let's go.
Hold on, man. We had Maggie up here the other day. Maggie said the same thing, man.
Snowman.
I thought you was a Dungeon Family guy, man. You look like you hang on with that now.
I am.
Hey, boy, man. What's going on?
I'm a Dungeon Family babe. I was raised out of the Dungeon Family.
Go.
Hit the kitchen lights. Cockroaches everywhere.
Hey.
Man, that Jeezy, when he hit the scene, bro, I was out in the clubs back in them days. So, man, it's some nostalgia there with me.
Hey, I'm a TRAPSTR. I love me some Jeezy. My son loves Future. Whatever, Zach. Jeezy wins the day. Let's go. Ray Buchanan.
Twice, man. I'm gonna have to switch my answer. I said Future twice.
My son is gonna be so pissed when he sees this show. Ray Buchanan or Scott Case?
Gotta go Scott Case, man.
Love it. Yes. Yes.
Let's own it tonight.
Yes.
Let's go.
Love it. All right, last one. You ready?
I'm ready.
This is a tough one.
Let's go.
All right. This is a tough one. ATL or New Jack City?
New Jack City.
Yes! Love it.
Set your $5.
Before I make change.
Oh,
yeah, the Dudder man, no.
I never liked you anyway.
But T-Will, I mean, ATL was a good movie, man. I mean, shout out to Tip. It shot at
City changed the world, Jack. It changed the world.
New Jack City. Hit him with Menace to Society versus New Jack City, or Boys in the Hood versus New Jack City. ATL versus New Jack City. T-Will.
We're in the A, bro.
I know, but I would even pick New Jack City. I would have picked the same thing. Tidy, Menace to Society or New Jack City?
Oh, wow. He's going to hijack my question. Yes, Tidy. Menace to Society.
You see how you thinking? He didn't have to think about that when it was ATL versus New Jack City.
I did.
Here we go.
I would very, very slightly say New Jack City, and I'll tell you why. Because I feel like New Jack City kind of set the blueprint of those type of movies that followed.
It did.
I would go the OG route with that one.
Yeah, and New Jack City was a better movie, so to speak. You know what I mean? There was more character arcs and thrills and whatever. And
storyline.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wanted to be a drug dealer for about 2 weeks after I saw that movie. I was seeing them playing pool in the corner, like, I don't know, maybe I could just leave college. I don't know. I mean, it was so, oh my God.
You pick Jesus.
Enticing. I love that. And then just the lines, man. Classic. I want to shoot you so bad. I'm not gonna say the rest of the line, obviously. Those of you who've seen it, you know what I'm saying. But just classic movie.
That's a supreme classic. That's something that if it was to come on, I'll sit down and watch it if I ain't got nothing else to do.
I watch it once a year. Okay, Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society?
Get him thinking, T. What I'm talking about? Get him thinking. We got him up here for the next 45 minutes. Get him thinking.
I gotta go Boys in the Hood. Like,
yes,
you got John Singleton behind that movie.
Yes.
And there there was so much substance and things that you don't kind of figure out about that movie until you get a little bit older. And in the end, no, that was Menace. That was Menace. I was gonna say they relocated to Atlanta, but it wasn't Menace to Society.
No, they did because Brandy and Trey.
And Trey, yeah, they went to Morehouse. Yeah, Morehouse.
Yeah,
Okay.
Trey went to Morehouse and Brandy went to Spelman.
Okay.
And Doughboy got killed like 2 weeks later.
Ty, you know T Will just finished watching that movie. That's why he asking you that question.
I did not finish. But you know what though, Tidy? I'm gonna do I've got a Blue Lights in the Basement category / section on my movies. I'd love to do Boys in the Hood or New Jack City or even both with you on a podcast. Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Those are two movies I know a great deal about. I pretty much know line for line on each movie. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, let's do it. Anyway, I'm sorry, Jack. Let's get back to Falcons.
No, I got one more. Black Air Forces or white Air Forces?
Oh,
white. Come on now.
Classic white.
White.
That man, too clean out here in the city, man.
Gotta go to all whites.
Got to be.
Do you like the dunks?
Do I like who?
The dunks.
The cars?
The shoes, the dunks.
Oh, the shoes, the dunks.
Nike, the
dunks. I do like dunks, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought she was going into some South Florida lingo.
You go to 73 Impala 72 deuce in the quarters.
Yeah, I like dunks now. I do.
Jack gives me a hard time because I like dunks. Because Jack is a Jordan connoisseur. He's a Jordan. He's a sneakerhead, right? He's got an entire room.
Yep.
He's got an entire room dedicated to his, you know what I mean?
To the J.
So
that's all she allows me to get is just that room. I can open up and get more, but I got a car in the garage. I can actually put a lot more of my shoes where they need to be. But man, I ain't even done yet. 2026 is gonna be a good year for Jordan 2 as well. They're restocking and dropping them, man. I just keep buying them. I don't know what it is, man. It's just I don't know. It's just the Atlanta in me.
That's the J's, man. That's another classic. Get some J's.
Right. Can't beat that. Chat is live. Chat is lit, man. John Moreno's in the chat. D. Craig is in the chat. Big shout to D. Craig. Let's see. The Dixon Way is in the chat. Big shout to the Dixon Way.
Hey,
happy birthday to Deke Ruffin too as well, man.
Today's his birthday, Jack. Happy birthday.
Big shout out. Let's see what he say. Jay in the truck said, "Hey Tidy, did Jack give you the free car wash like he did Big Low?" Hey, come on, man.
Everybody is coming for you. Oh my God.
Jay in the truck, man. You hanging out with Craig, you hanging out with Kerry. Y'all come with each other, man.
You got coming in the building, jacking up threes like bam. Okay.
Steph Curry, huh?
Wow,
man. Tidy, if you don't know, man, on this show, man, we do have this little roast session sometimes between the chat and myself, T. Will, Carrie. Country jumps in. When Country jumps in, there's gonna be some jokes too as well. Uncle Steve done got involved, so now we really going full circle with this. But the chat been donating super chats like, yeah, this for Jack Wi-Fi and this for you to take off work tomorrow and go out there and fix the roof. And I'm like, chat, y'all going in on your boy.
Oh wow.
But it is what it is, man. Big shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Everybody's giving their comments still. I'm running through these comments because we just finished with the Michael Penix topic. Which T Will, you gotta say for Carrie, you gotta say it, T Will. That was a T Will question. Tidy, you saw the topics in the agenda. We talked about that, right?
Yes.
Is Penix on the topics in the agenda? We didn't say nothing about that, right? T will do a curveball on the first question.
I didn't recall saying it. I didn't recall saying it.
All right.
Well, so before we met, Tidy, Jack and I met separately, and he was like, "I want you to ask the question, but it can't come back to me." Okay.
Oh, I got you.
He didn't give me the fee that we agreed upon.
Yeah.
So I'm calling him out. Yeah, Carrie, this is all Jack's fault. Jack, no, I'm kidding. It was all me. It was all me. It was all me.
Me and Carrie had a great conversation earlier. So for fans
they've been beefing for about 3 weeks because Jack's been trolling her on Michael Penix.
And we had a great conversation. Carrie knows where I come from on this topic. I know where Carrie comes from on this topic. At the end of the day, I'm going to be in my seats week 1. I'm going to be at training camp when it's open to the public. If they have a public signing with Freddie the Falcon, I'm going to show up too as well. I'm a diehard Atlanta Falcons fan. It ain't going nowhere. But some people have some concerns. Some people have some questions. And that's where it comes to a podcast where we can all talk about it too as well. So I see everybody in the chat. King Richie said Belly versus New Jack City. Belly? Can Belly
New
be
Jack City? New Jack City. But to Jack's point, you know, as podcasters, we have to consider both sides. You can feel however you want to feel. I'm pleading Jack's case now, Kerry. But we have to consider both sides. Look, we love Penix. I love Penix.
Sure do.
But by the same token, he's got to deliver here, man. We're getting into year 3.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Year 5's going to be here like that. So
I didn't say that I'm having those conversations on the press conference. I didn't say that. Matt Ryan said that.
That's right. That's right.
I don't come to Jack. You might want to email the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm not
saying nothing like that.
Jack. I'm defending you here. What I'm saying is, as podcasters, we have to ask the difficult questions. You know, we're not here to just, I agree with you. Yes. You know, sometimes we have to ask difficult questions and have difficult conversations. And look I love Penix. I think he has a great arm, but circumstances do not always align. And so we're here. It's year 3. You know what I mean? It is put up or shut up time. And I hope he comes back healthy. And whenever he does come back healthy, let's get after it. But again, the question is fair. You know what I mean? If all of the events that we've seen lead us to a certain narrative, okay, and we hear that narrative from multiple sources, we got to talk about it. That's
podcast. That's
whatever side you're on,
right?
East or West, Bloods or Crips, just kidding, Hatfields or McCoys, Falcons, Saints, whatever. We got to talk about it. It has to be discussed. So
I woke up this morning, first ESPN show that I watched, they talking about it.
Yep.
They sitting around the table with 5-6 people. The show after that, they talking about it. They sitting around the table with 5-6 people. I turn on the radio, they talking about it. So why can't we talk about it? That's what One Time for the Fan is for. Right. If you go listen to another podcast, they might say the same thing. But at the end of the day, we're all in support of these Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see the best situation, the best outcome, the best scenario for every single one of these players. Even to the 90 players that's getting ready to compete for the 53.
Yep.
We're all on board for that. But we got to get back to this great conversation we're having here with Tidies. I rolled through these comments too as well. We got to ask you, Tidy, man, because, you know, we do have a new head coach in the building, man. Mm-hmm. A lot of fans. And if we can go back to that first topic too, there's some fans where I can say, hey, are you with Michael Penix? Step to the right. If you're not, step to the left. Not every fan is going to step to the right.
That's true.
A lot of fans will step to the left. And then you can go for fans. What's up, T-Will?
Or any player.
Or any player. You can say Kyle Pitts. Do y'all want to keep Kyle Pitts? Step to the right. Or if y'all want to let him go, step to the left. You got people doing just like this.
Yeah.
Same like Jesse Bates. I heard it the other day. Man, we got to trade Jesse for some picks.
Yeah.
Some other people saying, no, we got to keep Jesse.
Yeah.
Some other people saying Tyler Algier, keep him. Some other people saying, man, we can get another Tyler Algier. It happens with every single player, anything that comes to the Atlanta Falcons. Y'all want the food prices for the hot dogs at $2.50? Y'all want them at $2. There's some people that got different ways about it. But when it comes to the head coach, Kevin Stefanski, some people were on edge about it at first. Now they're starting to see the coaching staff that Kevin Stefanski's putting in place. And people are starting to say, now we got something we building up down here. We got Callahan and Alex Van Pelt. We kept Jeff Ulbrich, and we still got Nate Ali. And, man, this thing about to be rolling this year. So, Tidy, I got to ask you, big dog, how you feel, man? What is your thoughts on the Kevin Stefanski hire? How are you feeling now? It's been a couple weeks to let it sink in to the brain of Tidy.
Okay, that's a great question. A key word that you put in there, which is going to sway my answers, you said now. So there's present tense. Now I'm feeling real good about the hire. I like the staff he's put together. I like the things that he said in his press conference, although, you know, I tend not to read a whole lot in press conferences because to me, that's an extension of your job interview when you're initially hired. But I'm feeling real good about it, man. You know, I'm going to give him the same support that I give every coach that Atlanta brings in. Even if that coach isn't my first or second choice, he has a lot of people around the league that's saying a lot of good things about him, about his system. You saw Bijan came out. I don't know if he was on the hot mic or what, but he was in full support of him. So, as of right now and here in the beginning of February, I feel real good about the hire, man. So I'm really looking forward to training camp, preseason, and of course the regular season. And I'm hoping that Kevin Stefanski can change the current trajectory of this franchise and get us back winning. It's something that you said before, Jack, when you brought up the 2016 season. That season was so electric. Thankfully, I was able to go to all the playoff games, and that's one thing that really disappoints me as a Falcons fan is the Benz is almost 10 years old now. It's no longer technically a new stadium, and we haven't even played a playoff game in that facility yet, and that's awful. I want to see the Benz during the playoff game. I want to feel that electricity in the air. I want to smell the air walking up the North Side Drive. I want to stop and buy me something to drink, an alcoholic beverage on the way to a playoff game, and it's a disappointment. So I want to get back to those glory days. As Falcons fans, we're all happier when we in that mode, when we're winning. And this is something Matt Ryan said, I think about 2 years ago, before he got his current job. But he said when you're winning, this city gets behind you, this fan base gets behind you, and that is so true. I mean, I know on the outside looking in, people will say, well, the Braves are the top pro team in Atlanta. And I would beg to differ. And I love the Braves, grew up on the Braves. We already discussed them before. But, we're in the Southeast region, and football is king in the Southeast. You let the Falcons be headed to the playoffs. You let the Braves be headed to the playoffs. I guarantee you, the Falcons are going to have more energy and support behind them because, we live in a football region of the world. So, hey, Kevin, you got my full support. Let's get it. Like you was alluding to, Jack. I know there are some people on a different side of the fence of the Stefanski hire for different reasons. We haven't gotten to that in this show, but I will say this. I don't care what happened in another city with another quarterback. They ain't got nothing to do with me and my team. I really honestly don't care nothing about that, to be honest. So, hey, let's go, man. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey,
and
man.
To your point, to your point, Tidy, I'll tell you when you find out. Now, the Braves have won 2 world championships. You mess around and let our beloved Atlanta Falcons win the Super Bowl, we will shut this thing down for 10 days.
T-Will. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have to say this since you said that. I was at the Braves parade the last time they won, which I think was in 2021.
Yep.
And I did go. I went to the Cobb County parade. I'm just gonna let y'all know I was bougie. I ain't go to Atlanta. I went to Cobb County. I got the full experience. They didn't speed past me.
There, right.
I got the full experience. I was throwing bills up there. But anyway, one thing that was being said amongst the Braves fans or the fans of Georgia sports, like, we was all happy that the Braves had won. I remember we still was in kind of pandemic days and people was unsure, like, damn, we so close, but we didn't care. The point I'm trying to make is I can't tell y'all how many times somebody said to me or I said to somebody, man, just wait till the Falcons do this, bro.
Yes.
Wait till the Falcons do this, bro.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to party for a week straight. And I promise y'all, I'm not exaggerating. That topic came up numerous times at the parade. So whenever Atlanta get it together, man, I just pray that I'm still here to see it and enjoy it.
Nobody's going to work for like at least 3 or 4 days because they're going to tear the city. Bro, you let these Falcons, you let my beloved Atlanta Falcons beat a team in the Super Bowl and the clock strikes 0. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yes. Oh, my God. 3 days. They're going to be on CNN and Fox. Yeah, nobody can get on 285, I-20, 75. They've shut the whole thing down. I mean, it's like Freaknik all over again. They're going to lose their mind.
Not Freaknik.
Hold up. Wait, Tidy, you remember Freaknik, Tidy?
I attended Freaknik.
Jack,
in the glory. Yeah, Jack probably told you. They on for that.
You might want to close the door now. You know who's listening. You want to mention no Freaknik over there.
I don't want to tell y'all, not to get off subject, but I kind of don't want to tell y'all who I bumped into Freaknik 95 in Lenox Mall.
Don't say Dion. Don't say Dion's down there.
Not Dion. I bumped into in the airport before, but it was a very distinguished diddler. I walked in Lenox Mall with Freaknik 95, man, and that's just something that always stuck with me, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, we was walking in the same time.
Hey man, I'm just saying, man. Those Freaknik days, they shut traffic down.
Oh man.
And if my beloved Atlanta Falcons ever win this Super Bowl, I can't even imagine the party that they're gonna have. You're gonna have old and young.
Yes.
You're gonna have everybody. You're gonna have every demographic, because no matter what side of the aisle you're on, we all love our beloved Atlanta Falcons. You mess around and let us win. Oh my God. That's all I got to say.
There's not too many that can have a party like how we have a party. Miami might be able to do it. New York might be able to do it some way. LA might be able to do it. But when Atlanta does it, you talking about the clubs gonna be jumping. You talking about the parades gonna be jumping. The restaurants downtown. I remember the Hawks.
They're gonna be partying in Walmart.
It's all day. It's all day.
They're gonna be partying in Walmart.
I-20 gonna shut down.
Every store. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember when the Hawks went to the playoffs a couple of years ago, and fans were hustling to get those tickets to go see them. Trae Young and the gang go out there when they made the Eastern Conference Finals against Milwaukee, and there was. We was a couple games away from making it to the finals. I remember seeing Braves country out there when the Braves won their World Series, and just seeing the battery, everybody in the battery that was out there trying to watch the game too as well, and then the World Series too as well being played in your backyard. I remember Atlanta United too as well when we beat Portland back in 2018, 70-something thousand soccer fans rooting on Atlanta United. But when it comes to the Falcons, man, T-Will, you were definitely right. Todd, you're right too as well. There's going to be no other party as bigger than the Atlanta Falcons when it comes to the parade. Like, you got to plan that for 2 or 3 days. You can't speed down Peachtree. You got to make a left on. You got to go make a right on Baker, turn on Marietta Street, go around by the Atlanta Marriott Marquis, come over there by the Benz. Then you got to go over there by Magic City side. You got to go bring. You got to pan out around the whole Atlanta when it comes to the Super Bowl parade for the Falcons. So I'm ready for that. I want to see that moment. You know what I'm saying? And we were seconds away, minutes away back in 2016. Man, I remember being down there in Houston talking. I was talking hella shit down there in Houston. What's up, Ty?
I'm just saying, me too.
Man, bro, a 12-hour ride to Houston. But I made it back from Houston in like 4 hours. But I was hitting like 120. I could not. I was so pissed. But I was talking hella shit. They couldn't stop me in Houston, T-Will. I'm telling them folks, we partying on Peachtree. We going crazy out there on them folks.
Oh, my God.
And you look up and it's like, what
going
on? Hey, let's keep the joy going, though.
Right.
So
man,
if when we do, I'm going to say when.
Mm-hmm.
If I am still alive, when we do win the Super Bowl, Tidy, I'm going to ask you, Jack, I'm going to ask you, what's the first 3 things you're doing? You know what I mean? Falcons are in the Super Bowl. They are up by 14 points. There are 30 seconds left. You are in your home or wherever you choose to watch the game. That clock strikes 0. Bam! 3 things you're doing, Tidy. Go.
Okay, I know the first thing I'm gonna do. I don't know if I know all 3, but the first thing I'll probably do is I'll probably shed a tear or 2.
Yes,
you know, just tears of joy. I'm not gonna even front. I remember when Georgia broke their 40-year drought. You know, onion almost got cut in my house as I watched the game. So I will say that. Right. So I probably definitely, you know, shed a thug tear, as they say. The other 2 things, man, I don't know. Ain't no telling, man. I would be just so happy. I know I would just soak it in. I had the biggest Kool-Aid smile on my face. Definitely going wherever I'm at, gonna try to cop some merchandise because it's gonna sell out fast. And just soak it up, man. Just soak it up. But I probably would definitely shed a little tear.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Jack Spade, what are you doing, boy? Falcons just win the Super Bowl, sir. My man Jack. Top 3 things you're doing. You can't say running on the field ripping your shirt off.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to find my way to get some bail money because I'm going to be on. If I'm at the game, I'm running on the field. You're going to be like, who's that? We have somebody on the field, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to turn the camera away from the game because security got to tackle me, or if they catch me,
a streaker
going to jail. I'll tell you that right now. So I got to bail myself out. Then I got to take the NFL's fan of code of conduct class. That's going to take about a couple days, but I should make it to the parade. But yeah, now real talk, man. I'm gonna enjoy that moment, man. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like celebrating your birthday, man. It's like having your first child, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like having you know, the moment that you've always been waiting for. And I've been a diehard Falcons fan. I've seen the Braves win it. I know the Hawks going to get theirs eventually. I've seen Atlanta United win it. Seen Georgia win it. But when the Falcons win, man, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a good feeling. So I'm definitely going to have a drink. You know what I'm saying? Got to sip on something. Yeah. But if I'm at that game, I'm partying all the way from the moment the clock strikes 12 all the way back to Atlanta. And I'm just going to enjoy every single moment. Every fan in this chat can't wait for the day the Falcons win the Super Bowl. And, of course, we host it in a couple years, too, as well. Yeah, we do. So we're back around the clock again. Remember, we hosted it back in 2019, I think it was. And it was the Patriots and the Rams, I think it was, back in the bins.
Yeah.
We can have that opportunity, Falcon fans, to get it back. And it could happen. It could happen this year, too, as well. Just to know that the Carolina Panthers made it to the playoffs with 8-9 record. Same record as the Falcons. All we had to do is beat the Jets. Had to beat the Dolphins. Don't get swept by the Panthers. Even going back to years ago.
Let's keep the vibe going, Jack. We didn't think about them.
So I'm gonna God, man! You know I'm reminiscing, man. I want to see my team win, man.
Me too. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you what I'm gonna do. First thing I'm gonna do. I'm like Tidy. I'm gonna shed some tears, man. I'm gonna cry big old donkey hooter tears. I'm gonna hug my kids because they're all gonna be there. I'm gonna kiss my lovely wife. I'm going to tell everybody in the building I love you, and I'm going to apologize for the shit that's going to follow because I'm about to lose my damn mind. then I'm going to call my brother Victor, and I'm going to say, God damn it, Victor, we did it. Yes, I'll see you in a couple of days.
Why call Victor first? Why not Eric? You know Eric going to sit there right
because I'm saving the best for last.
Oh, got you.
Right. So I'm going to call Victor. I'm going to say, God damn it, Vic, I'm going to be there in 3 days. I'm bringing mom's ashes. Me, you, mom, and dad are having a drink. God damn it, be there. And I don't want to hear any bullshit excuses. And then I'm going to call my oh, my God. I'm going to call my brother. And, Lord Jesus. You guys know my brother, but you don't know what he goes through on a daily basis. My brother takes care of his stepdad. And it is really tough. His stepdad has dementia, and that's tough, man. So I'm gonna say, little brother, whew, man. Sorry, I'm just imagining it.
Here's one thing, T. Will. We have to prepare for what we talked about. Carrie just mentioned it.
Hang on.
24-hour. Go ahead.
I know. I'm gonna say, little brother, we did it. My brother loves the Falcons more than anything.
Right.
And I want them to win for him. Don't get me wrong. I love my Falcons.
Yeah.
But if you know my brother, Eric Parker, you know the sun sets and rises with our beloved Atlanta Falcons. And I just want him to have that day where he can say, on this day, nobody is better than our beloved Atlanta Falcons. On this day, nobody again can bring up 28-3. On this day, it doesn't matter what a laughingstock we've been. On this day, we are the best. And I'm going to tell my brother I love him, and I'm going to tell him we did it, bro. And I'm going to hang up the phone, and I want to okay. That's all I wanted to say. I'm not trying to get emotional to you guys, but you guys don't know what he goes through on a daily basis. And just to see them win, that would make all the difference in the world. Sometimes sports just isn't about sports. It's about the people who watch it. It's about the people who consume, because it gives them hope. And I'm not saying that in his case. My brother's a grown man, but I know that since we were kids, that's all he's ever wanted to see. I'm not even asking for me, Lord, just for my brother Let him see the Falcons win the Super Bowl. And that's it, guys. That's it. That's all I got. That's why I want to see him win.
Respect.
Going down in the major way too. We got to be prepared for that 24-hour stream too as well. Kerry just mentioned it.
Forgot about that.
Pull it off.
I am shit. I forgot.
We are determined.
I forgot about that.
Heidi, we are determined here at One Time for the Fan.
Yeah.
We are doing a 24-hour stream when the Falcons win the Super Bowl. We're trying to set it up in ways where different content creators will show up, host the show, fans can jump in, host the show. Yeah, think, Tidy. It's Atlanta. Who's going to sleep?
Yeah, right.
3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Fans gonna be up.
Yeah, party's just gonna be starting at 3:00.
Oh my God, party's really gonna be jumping, man. Everybody's in the chat talking about the excitement of when the Atlanta Falcons will get their first Super Bowl ring, and I'm sure to tell y'all Falcon fans, it's gonna happen really, really soon, man. This team is definitely on the brink of success, and I'm sure it's gonna happen before you guys even know it. And to even have a guy in the building like Matt Ryan, Tidy, who gave his all as a Falcon quarterback, one of the Falcon legends that we have now in the front office. I got to ask, man, your thoughts about Matt Ryan's first month as the president of football operations, bringing in Ian Cunningham, Kevin Stefanski, the staff, how he's speaking to the media now as more of a professional than he was before as a football player. He was in the huddle before on the field. Now he's in the huddle in the boardroom. So just your thoughts on Matt Ryan in his first month as president of football operations.
Some key words that you just said in your sentence, speaking to the media. To me, that's something that really has stood out. I'm gonna go somewhere, and I hope I don't lose some people, but as an owner, I love me some Arthur Blank. What he's done for the city of Atlanta in terms of philanthropy, and how he's donated time, money, resources, to, I guess we could say, less fortunate. With that said, for me, and I think I speak for some fans, I won't say I can speak for everybody, but I think we had kind of grown tired of seeing Arthur Blank at these higher press conferences, new coach press conferences, higher press conferences, and it was almost like he was starting to regurgitate the same thing. It was time for a new face of the Atlanta Falcons on the executive side. And I think so far Matt Ryan is doing an exceptional job of that. I'm fine now letting Matt run these press conferences, make these decisions. And when it's time for the photo op, okay, Arthur, that's when you come up and you take your pictures and you smile, and then you go back and get on the yacht, and I think that's kind of how the team should be ran. There's a lot of owners who like Steve Bisciotti, I hope I said his last name right. Mm-hmm. He, outside of this year, man, that man hadn't done a press conference in almost 10 years, and I think it kind of needs to be that way. And I think that's why Arthur Blank has started to get so much venom his way these last 2 years. Because like Arthur, you keep saying you're taking risks, you're putting it back, you made a bad hire, you made a mistake. Let somebody come in who has a love for this franchise. Matt Ryan loves the franchise. Mm-hmm. He loves the city. Yep. He's originally from Philadelphia, but his kids are from Atlanta. Mm-hmm. When he got traded, he didn't call his realtor and sell his house. He stayed right here. Yep. When he retired, he came right back here. Yep. And one thing that stands out to me about Matt, and his love for the franchise, and this probably played maybe a small part in Arthur Blank's decision. But if you guys remember when the whole Deshaun Watson thing went on, mm-hmm. and it was determined that we would trade Matt, it was just a matter of where and when. Mm-hmm. Do y'all remember when he was due for, like, I think it was some kind of roster bonus? The Falcons extend that another 2 weeks, and so he wouldn't get paid for it, which kind of helped our cap financially. I don't remember all the ins and outs, but I know if he wanted to, he could have been like, "No, man, that's on paper, so y'all pay me my money." Right. That just goes to show, the love he has for the franchise. And then you got Ian Cunningham, who came into the fold. We spoke about his roots here in the Atlanta area, so I like what I'm seeing from the Iceman. I think he's going to always have his franchise best interest at the forefront of his decisions. Very, very, very passionate about the team. He comes to training camp every single year. He's a football mind. He's been in these locker rooms. He's been in these trenches. You know, he sees things that a lot of these executives cannot see. You know, young fresh mind. So I'm very excited about the job he's going to do, and I think he's going to do a real good job. I think Arthur Blank made a very wise decision to kind of like step out the way, you know, and I think Blank is kind of transitioning the power.
Yeah.
You see Matt Ryan now, and you're starting to see Josh Blank a lot more too. And
Josh
I think
that's
and that's a good thing, man.
They're saying we got feedback, fellas. Jack, they're saying we're getting feedback.
I know I have my mic is muted for most of it.
Let me pause mine.
Hang on, let me.
I just paused mine. It's still there.
So far, it sounds good on our end. I know some people listening. It could be StreamYard too as well. I mean, you guys have been hearing this podcast a lot. For a lot of fans that are mentioning the feedback, we don't get that as much on the podcast. So for StreamYard doing their StreamYarding, they could be messing with some stuff tonight. It's definitely Tidy sounds good on my end. T-Will, you sound good on my end too as well. When you guys are talking.
Do you hear it from me? Do you hear feedback from me?
I mean, with my headphones, I don't hear, I hear everything perfect. So you guys,
do you hear feedback from me, Tidy?
I didn't just hear it then. I have heard it periodically through the broadcast, but I don't hear it at this exact moment.
Okay.
We've had StreamYarders before to where T-Will is talking. Tidy, I'm sure you used StreamYard before, so you've seen it. Somebody's talking. Next thing you know, they stop talking. It looks like you're watching a Chinese film or Chinese samurai film or a karate movie. And you see like StreamYard just does that type of stuff. I was watching Carl Dukes the other day on StreamYard when he was talking with some other people. And, of course, he's talking. The stream kind of shuts off. You can hear his voice. And it's just a StreamYard thing. We ain't Kai Sanat and I Show Speed. I don't know what they got over there. I don't know what power pack they're using over there in their streams. But them jokers over there, I saw I Show Speed stream the other day. He in the middle of West Africa in the jungle somewhere.
Yeah.
Stream not even lagging, nothing messing up. Voice is perfect. And I don't know. I'm like, bro, what are they using? What router what is in their book bag that they got? Some jump pack they got like $40,000, $50,000. Man, I got my laptop. I got my AT&T fiber optic over there. You know what I'm saying? Best in the business. Yeah. Ain't nobody connected to it. And I'm a gamer too as well. So, of course, when I'm playing my game, there's no connectivity issues. It's a StreamYard thing. Look at T-Will. He got the whole city of Atlanta wired up right there behind him. He's sitting there watching 285, I-20, 75, 85. Yeah, we've been doing this for a while. So if you are experiencing any feedback issues in the chat, please let us know because we'll be glad to adjust the stream any way we can. So make sure that you guys can enjoy it. So big shout out to everybody. T-Will, the question goes to you too about Matt Ryan. Please include Ian Cunningham because we're going to get to that last topic before we do the questions in the chat. King Richie said this, what? For that backpack, that's how much it costs? That streaming backpack?
Wow.
Damn.
Bro. Hey, hit that like, share, and subscribe. Keep subscribing, man. We trying to get that backpack.
Oh, come on.
Hey, we're taking this thing on the road. Keep subscribing.
That's nothing for you, Jack. Come on.
Oh, man, don't say that, T-Will. They got some Jordans. They got the infrareds dropping in too. Streamer backpack with them infrareds. Come on now. And we got GTA 6 coming out this year too. You know when that GTA 6 drop, man, you go ahead and put me in the dungeon, man.
Hopefully, Jack, they done pushed it back so many times.
Man, that jump was supposed to come out back in 2023. They were waiting for that jump to come out, but Rockstar just taking their time to craft a perfect game. T-Will, man, include Matt Ryan in this conversation, which we're going to talk about when it comes to the president of football operation. How's he doing? Ian Cunningham, let's get to that too as well, T-Will, because Matt Ryan is putting together a nice group too as well. Tidy, I like what you said about Arthur Blank showing up to take the pictures and just say his highs and buys. You saw that at the end of the Ian Cunningham interview was like, oh, there goes Arthur. Come on, I'm staying.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you get. You can step it on the end. Josh is in here too as well. I'm sure Rich took the picture in the back, so it was good to have the family there. But T-Will, man, how you feeling about Matt Ryan now that the full coaching staff is there? I mean, They probably got one or two pieces left to put in place. I don't know if they got. I think Justin Hood is taking over as the secondary coach. I don't know if Jerry Gray's coming back or what they're getting ready to work on that avenue. But I'm sure whatever they got going on is going to be a decent decision because Kevin Stefanski is building something nice. Matt Ryan, T. Will, your thoughts, and then let's get to Ian Cunningham too as well because man, we got the questions from the chat coming up, and we want to make sure we can get tidy up out of here at a respectful time, man. So T. Will.
Understood. I'll be brief. You know, they've called us back into the office, so I won't be working from home as much. Oh, I hate it. But I was thinking, I had a thought the other day, and I'm like, you know what? If we're in a meeting, you know what I mean, at work in one of those conference rooms, and you got a manager talking, you know, people are gonna listen, you know, because you're at work. It's the manager, right? Whether you like him or hate him, it's the manager. Now, my manager I happen to love, but let's say I'm on another team that, you know, I'm not speaking of. You know, let's say the manager talking and, you know, let's say you don't like him, people are going to listen, right? But if a fire breaks out in that same building, people are going to listen to the leader. And they might not be the same person as the manager. But whomever the leader is in that room, in that group, that's who they're going to listen to. And that's who Matt Ryan is. Matt Ryan is a leader, first and foremost. Matt Ryan is an alpha dog. And they are going to follow. And we see things coming into play. What I liked about Matt is Matt was not for the foolishness. I'm not going to capitulate to the crowd. I'm not going to just go get somebody for the culture, okay, and do what you folks want so I can be fired in 2 years anyway.
That was
somebody else in here.
That was a rough week, too, as well, with that culture talk, boy. That was a tough week to deal with.
Yeah. I liked what he did. I liked what he did because he went and got a football guy. He went and got someone whose vision aligned with his. And at the end of the day, guys, this is not complicated, okay? If you can run the ball and play defense, you can win. If your big pretties, shout out to Big Low, are better than their big pretties, you can win, offense or defense.
You got to feel tight end, T. Will. We don't call them big uglies no more. We call them big pretties.
Yes.
That's what Big Low said. Got to call them big pretties now. In the trenches, they call big pretties.
Okay.
Low told me I didn't have any manners the other day when I was on the show. But the bottom line is Matt Ryan's getting back to fundamentals. He's bringing in guys who are football guys. He's bringing in guys who are experienced. And although they may not have won at their last particular job, that doesn't mean that they can't do this one, okay? And all you have to do is look at Cleveland and look at the fact that 6 coaches turned them down, didn't even interview.
Yeah.
What does that tell you about the organization? They're in chaos. So my point is, I'm glad that we have a guy in Matt Ryan who's not here to play games, who's not here to be your friend. He's here to do his damn job. And if you align with that, fine. If you don't align with that, fine. He's going to do what is best for the Falcons franchise. And at the end of the day, that's all we can ask. That's what I think about Matt Ryan.
It's going down in a major way. Chat is live. Chat is lit, man. I'm just glad to see all the fans in the chat talking Falcons football. I know everybody was super excited about the first topic, but of course, you know, we had to switch it up and ask Tidy some questions about Matt Ryan, how he feels about that. And of course, Kevin Stefanski, how he feels about that. And I'm sure the fans can agree with what Tidy is saying, and of course what T was saying too as well. Now, I got the next one for you here, Tidy, man. Ian Cunningham is in the building. We got the hometown hero back. Your thoughts, man. How you feeling about Ian Cunningham as the GM? What does he bring to the table for you in his press conference? Some people are signaling with the 5 draft picks that he might trade back, get some more depth too as well. I mean, of course, you know, fans want to see the best come for the Atlanta Falcons with this roster. And of course, what we're going to be doing with players going to be getting re-signed and players that do have to, you know, exit out and head up out the door. But how are you feeling about Ian Cunningham as the GM here in Atlanta?
Shouts out to Ian Cunningham, Roswell, Georgia. That's another hire that I like. And what I think he brings to the table is he's worked with and experienced winning coaches. Seeing Super Bowl teams being built. He's been a part of that. From what I've heard, what I've read, he turned down a GM job already because he wanted to be in the right situation that he felt suited him best, and he felt like this was a situation that suited him best. Him and Matt Ryan, they have a relationship, so they kind of already understand the yin and the yang from one another. And I think to a certain extent that will benefit the team as they start building this team, their vision that they're going to put on their quote unquote vision board. So I like to hire from Ian Cunningham, another younger guy. I kind of like the young executive energy. I do like that a lot. I think they're more in tune with where the NFL is at currently. They bring fresh, innovative ideas to the table, and that hometown factor is kind of like I said about Matt Ryan. He has a passion for the city of Atlanta. He say he grew up, room for the Dirty Birds, trying to do the Dirty Bird dance. So that's just something that's very appealing to me, that somebody who has a interest outside of their direct deposit every Tuesday. You got a reason that you want this team to succeed outside of your own personal interest. And I feel like that's something that Ian brings to the table, as well as Matt Ryan. And I know he mentioned that building through the draft. So I'm very much looking forward to see how he's going to approach the draft, what kind of strategies he will bring. I know we pitched around the idea of early on this show, like some people say, hey, trade Jesse Bates, get more draft picks. And we'll just have to wait and see. I don't think that they're going to be under the fire this year to win 10 or 11 games, but I'm hoping that we will find a way to get this team in the playoffs. And I am very much excited about the new staff, man, from the president of football, Mr. Ryan, to the head coach, Mr. Stefanski, to the general manager, Mr. Cunningham, to the new director of scouting. I can't pronounce your name. Thank you.
Double T. Call him Double T. We call him Double T.
Yeah, we'll call him that. So I think they have put together a good arsenal of football minds, and I'm really excited to see what's going to happen, man, once the real game starts in September, brothers.
It's one thing that was interesting for me. I'm looking at the video when he was walking through Flowery Branch, and I'm like, oh, that's good. Matt Ryan was there to greet him, and of course they had some of the staff there. But I was like, is Ian wearing Jordans? Is that the Jordan 3s he got on? What my boy over there? Hey, he good with me. That's my guy right there. So, big shout out to Ian Cunningham, man. Tidy mentioned it too as well. Working around the Eagles and, of course, the Bears and the Ravens with Ozzie Newsome, knowing that he mentioned that Ozzie gave him a job to even be in a position to understand football better at 22 years old at such a young age to now where he is as the GM of the Atlanta Falcons. There are some things to work out this year with the cap situation. We might not get to 100 mil like the Titans or, one of those top teams. But I feel like if you come in here, get some restructures done the right way, re-sign the players I think Falcon fans would love to have re-signed, and then work the draft room the way that, like he even mentioned it on the video. He was like, oh, wow, this is where the match is going to happen, huh? It's where it's going down at. He knows that he's big in those areas, and I'm glad that the Falcons brought in a hometown kid, just like how Matt Ryan is from up north, but he wants to win it for the Atlanta Falcons. It's the same way Ian Cunningham is feeling right now. So whoever's in the building working side by side with Ian, whoever's in that war room with Ian when it comes to the scouting, and of course, he was down there at the Senior Bowl too as well. Whatever is getting ready to happen in these next couple of weeks to a month or two, or however it's going to play out, just be in full support of Ian Cunningham and Matt Ryan, because Matt really is trying to do his best to bring a Super Bowl to Atlanta. You saw it on the field day in and day out. Now you're seeing it in the boardroom with the executives day in and day out. And just like Matt, 9:34 right now, I'm sure he's probably home with the family, but he's working on the next step of being better. as a president of the Atlanta Falcons, working on the next step to helping Ian Cunningham get the resources and everything that he needs. Like Matt said the other day, I've never been in a boardroom for a draft. Now I get a chance to be in there. So you got some football minds, some football knowledge that's working together for the better good of how can we bring, like Tidy Dam said, like T. Will said, how can we bring that parade to the city of Atlanta? And of course, when you have a division, I heard it this morning when Tim Hasselback or Damian Woody was saying, when you have a division like the NFC South, you should be shooting for the stars every year. This ain't the damn AFC West. This ain't the AFC. This ain't the NFC North. This ain't a team where you got to look back and they got over 10 wins. And that, man, this division is whoever's taking the league should be able to run with it. The only thing I can say about Raheem when he first got here, when he was like, we finna outrun the South, I was like, man, I want to see this happen. I want to see this happen. You finna outrun the South because the South NFC South ain't the best damn division in the league. Right. Like, we got to know that you can win this league. You can win this division with 9 wins. You know, if you can get hell, sometimes you probably win it with less. But the way that this division works, I think Matt Ryan knows it. He's been in here for 10 plus years. Like Tidy said, when he left and went to Indianapolis, didn't sell his house, kept working in the community, kept doing things for Atlanta, went to CBS, broadcasting games, he spent years talking with Bill Cowher. Just imagine what he learned from Bill Cowher just on that level of how to be a winning coach in the NFL, how to just build a winning program. He sat around some people at that desk where he just kept picking people's brains like, man, when I become the president of the Atlanta Falcons one day, I'm going to do this, that, and the third. And I'm sure Ian Cunningham, when Matt was going through his process of who to bring, who to make the GM, he already knew that Ian Cunningham was going to be a top candidate. Matter of fact, Falcon fans, y'all knew that Ian Cunningham was the top candidate. We kept talking about that.
Yeah.
I know they brought in other people to interview, but we kept talking about it when it came to Ian Cunningham. That is a dude who is probably on the path to success. And we got him here in Atlanta, and I just can't wait to see it. T. Will, any thoughts about Ian Cunningham, man? We're going to get to these questions from the chat, and then we're going to get ready to wrap this thing on up.
Well, he did study under Ozzie Newsome, the great Ozzie Newsome, and he did study under Howie Roseman. And the Eagles is presently constructed. They are really big into building the trenches. They typically don't re-sign running backs, with the exceptions of a Bijan and or a Saquon Barkley. So obviously they'll keep Bijan. I don't know that they're going to keep Tyler because, again, the way they normally just approach that in the draft. So from that perspective, and again, I want Tyler back.
Mm-hmm.
But this is one of those things to me that just works against Tyler because, number one, Tyler's going to get money to start somewhere else. I don't care what y'all say. Yep. Somebody's going to offer Tyler a starting job, and somebody's going to offer him between $5 to $8 million.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that the Falcons have that, and I don't know that we already got Bijan. Ian is probably thinking we can get another back to back him up and move on. We probably will trade down in this draft because he likes to acquire more picks. So I would say that we will. But one thing that we will do in the future, the next time you got a massive, big, pretty from Georgia that's available, we probably take him because those Eagles love those Bulldogs on defense. And I got to think that we are probably going to adapt that philosophy. So those are my thoughts on Ian Cunningham. True or false, agree or not, that's just what I think.
I'll tell you right now. Teddy?
No, I'm just saying well said.
Oh, yeah, man. T. Will, former ATL Sports, one time for the fan, man. Every day there's something new with the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. We have another podcast Friday morning, breakfast with one time for the fan. We might hear some new news by the time we hang up this podcast shortly to Friday morning when we come back to the podcast to talk to all the fans and everything. Saturday, there might be news. Sunday, there might be news. Super Bowl. Monday, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in the NFL because that's like, the day after the Super Bowl, all the last movements will be made. And then it's really time to start that week where the Falcons can sit down in that office and say, we have the guys. We're ready to go. What's next? Free agency, re-signs, getting this cap right, getting the roster together. So I can't wait to hear that. So over these next few days to the next couple of weeks is going to be very interesting here for the Atlanta Falcons. But Tidy, man, this has been great talking Atlanta Falcons football week, man. We got this last segment we call questions from the chat.
Let's
where
go.
The chat comes in, they ask some questions. I'm sure people want to pick your brain a little bit here. They have some questions that we couldn't get to earlier in the podcast. But if you have some questions, Falcon fans, now is your time to go ahead and drop them in. We'll do some hot takes real quick so that way we can get to as many questions as possible before we wrap this show on up. Jay in the truck is here first. Tidy, man, goes to you, man. Free agency. We need to sign back the most. You going with Caden Ellis or you going with Kyle Pitts? Some people say Pitts going to break the bank. Some people say he can take a player-friendly home team deal, stay with the squad. I mean, he was over there repping Michael Penix under the post today too as well. So it's like, hey, maybe he wants to sit here. You got the best running back in football. You got a new head coach that likes to utilize the tight end sets a little bit more. Caden Ellis, though, is probably one of the most underrated players in the NFL, but he is crossing that age. I think you said it the other day, that last payday is coming in for Caden Ellis. And he knows, hey, man, I ain't 22 no more. I got to get bread. Are the Falcons willing to do that? If you're the general manager, Tidy, what free agent you're looking at, man, that we should go after it and sign?
That's a hell of a question from Jay in the truck, man. Oh, that's a tough question. So he's pretty much asking, correct me if I'm wrong, which free agent should we sign back the most, Caden Ellis or Kyle Pitts? Is that's what he's asking? I'm gonna shock y'all. I'm gonna go with the youth. I'm gonna go with the younger guy. I'm gonna go with the tight end. I'm gonna re-sign Kyle Pitts. I'm gonna reluctantly allow Caden Ellis to go in free agency. I love what Caden Ellis has brought to this team, his versatility, his leadership, and just very good, consistent football play and staying healthy. But if I have to choose one, I'm going to go with the young guy. I'm always a little reluctant to sign anybody after the age of 30 outside of a quarterback. So I'm going to go with the young guy.
T-Will, former ATL Sports, one time for the fan. Caden Ellis, Kyle Pitts.
That's tough, man. That is tough.
It is.
That's because Caden is a leader. I mean that's not an easy question because that's the question I should have asked you on my show. That's what I should have asked you.
That's a great question.
But because Caden is a leader on that defense, no doubt about it. He's got a positive impact, but if he's looking for a 3 or 4 year, what's he going to be like in year 3 and 4?
Yeah.
Father time comes for us all. He may not descend. He may not, but you just don't know. But by the same token, Kyle has been inconsistent. Now, the one thing Kyle has going for him is Stefanski loves tight ends. And we got a bunch of offensive guys around him. But ultimately, it comes down to, do you think you can get Ellis cheaper for 3 or 4 years than you can Kyle for 3 or 4 years? Because even after this year, he's going to be a free agency. He's going to be in free agency. I'm going to shock the world. I'm going to go with Ellis. I'm going to go with Ellis. I don't do it. I don't do it in a cavalier way. I'm not downing Kyle in any way, and I'm not taking his talents for granted. But I've always been leery of a guy who performed well in a contract year. You know what I mean? Like, you had 4 years, 5 years with us. And I know he went through different quarterbacks and whatever, but I still think there's some things that Kyle could have done. And that just, I don't know. It's kind of like you just wait until you're being elected, and then in your campaign year, oh, I'm going to promise to do this and promise to do that, and you're really tough on crime, and you're making all these decisions, and then you get elected, and we go back to the norm. So yeah, I'm going to pick Ellis. That's me. Jack, what say you, sir?
It's payday for both of them. I think for Kyle Pitts, some team, we talked about it on the call the other day off the podcast, some team is going to overpay Kyle. Do you want it to be the Atlanta Falcons? He's still young. He's athletic. And if you put him in the right scheme and the right sets, you saw what he did towards the end of the season. He has these flashes and these moments where it's like, man, Kyle, what the hell? Well, we was at week 3, man. We was at week 4.
Right.
But then there was some situations where he was only getting like 2 or 3 targets week 3, week 4, versus like certain games he was getting 6, 7, 8, 9 targets. That Bucks game had him like, boy, it's payday. Payday's coming.
He made about $2 million alone that game.
Oh my God, that man beat the Bucks by himself.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at Kyle and Caden running that corner to where he's looking like, man, this, like you said, Father Time does get the best of us. Mm-hmm. Caden's going to get a payday. Kyle's going to get a payday. I love Caden Ellis, man. Mm-hmm. If Kyle Pitts can take a hometown friendly deal with the Falcons, because right now the only 2 weapons you got is Bijan Robinson and Drake London. You put Kyle Pitts in this offense with what Kevin Stefanski wants to run, with that 3 tight end set. Some people was mentioning Njoku or the other tight end that Cleveland had that did some damage. Kyle Pitts can do that too as well. I understand the blocking situation. I understand he's not the biggest tight end in the league. He's not a Kittle or a Kelsey. But if you get him in the right routes, if you get him in the right zones, if you get him on the right scheme, you get him the ball. Y'all seen what Kyle Pitts can do. If the deal has to be on point, though. We can't overpay for Kyle. But if he wants to take a nice discount to say, look, I'll stay with Atlanta because I love Atlanta. A lot of things going on for me and my family here in the city. And, of course, what you guys are building is going to be great. I'm all for it. But if I find out we giving Kyle $19, $20 million, and it's like, bruh, like, come on, bruh. Like, we're strapped for cash already. There's another team that can pay Kyle that. He could be on his way. I want to see a nice, friendly deal, knowing that he has worked with Matt Ryan.
If we franchise him, how much is it? Do you guys know what that
16.
would be? Is that 16 million? I mean, for me, I'd franchise him. I'd franchise him. I'd franchise him for this year.
I would too.
See what you got in him.
Right.
See how he's going to react to Stefanski and the new coaching staff and all of that. And hey, if he has another year where he's awesome, you know what? That's 2 years in a row. I guess we can say the young man's growing. Then we can talk about it. But I mean,
it's a hometown Ian Cunningham move. You keep both of them. That's what we want to do. You find a way to keep both of them. You find a way to get Caden Ellis happy. You keep him happy. You keep Kyle Pitts happy. The one person that I'm really hoping they look out for, if it's possible, is Tyler Algier. If it's possible. That's all I'm going to say.
I think Tyler's going to get 2. I mean, look, I love Tyler, but I think, number one, Tyler wants to start.
Yeah.
He is not going to get that opportunity here.
Houston, Arizona, Tennessee. There's a couple teams that
there's probably 5 different teams that would give Tyler $8 million.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Oh, God. You heard him say, he said New Orleans.
Oh, don't say that.
I know it.
Carolina. I don't think Carolina looking at Chuba Hubbard like, man, Hubbard, you better, boy.
Oh, that one hurt. Don't say that.
They're probably going to let Kamara go.
Huh?
They're probably about to let Kamara go. Yeah, they're probably going to release him for trading.
Don't say that, man.
You're right. I'm going to take that back because I don't want to see it happen.
That would hurt. That would hurt, man. Oh, right. My God.
That means that not only did Tyler go to the Saints for the money, but he has personal business. He got personal beef with the Falcons. You don't just go to New Orleans just to go to New Orleans. Nobody just packs their bags and say, I'm moving to New Mexico and you live in Atlanta your whole life. We don't do all that. So, we'll see. Kerry said 2 questions for Jack, this or that. laundry or dishes, sweeping or mopping. What, Carrie? I tell you, Carrie.
What do you think of Joshua Simon from South Carolina, the tight end?
I think that's a Raheem Terry guy that they brought in, and he's going to remain trying to make the 53 until we find out who Joshua Simon is. Yeah. And a lot of fans don't know about Joshua Simon. He had a decent college career at South Carolina, but we ain't seen him. You can't just go out there and say, "Oh, we finna throw him out there and he's gonna do X, Y, and Z." Well, you got OTAs, training camp. You got so much ahead of you before anybody can say, "Oh, Joshua Simon's finna be this guy in the league." I just know him as a player that Terry and Raheem had. I don't even know too much about him on this NFL side. At South Carolina, I know he was okay. But what can he do in this NFL? Do the Falcons want to go that way? Carrie's over here talking trash too as well. Laundry or dishes, sweeping or mopping. Good Lord, Carrie, come on now. We finna do
You want to know, man? Laundry or dishes?
I would say
dishes. I'd rather laundry. That's me.
I would say laundry. Much easier for me. Laundry and sweeping too as well.
I'd rather sweep than mop.
I'm sweeping while the game's on pause, man. I'm in the middle of the loading screen and I'm sweeping the kitchen, man.
Yeah.
DVCC's in the chat. Big shout out to Carrie too as well. DVCC says, my question, Tidy. Who do you think the Falcons cut or trade? What position do you think is vital that we address in the draft?
Cornerback two.
Yeah, definitely cornerback two. Wide receiver, because I definitely see Mooney being released.
Amen.
And cut a trade. Well, Mooney, I just said that inadvertently. He'll be released. Trade. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but there have been very small whispers about possibly trading Jesse Bates. Based on Billy Bowman and also Xavier Watts. Bates. I think Bates cap hit. I might be wrong, y'all, but I think it's about $24 million. Just a cap hit. I don't think he'll be traded, but his name will probably continue to come up in rumors.
Okay.
I can't necessarily think of it. If they do any trading, they might try to trade to get like a bridge quarterback, something. You've heard the Mac Jones whispers. You heard Jacoby Brissett. You heard those whispers. They may try to trade some future picks just for like a mid-tier bridge quarterback, and until they feel comfortable about Penix's rehab.
Something that could be looked forward to. I think Arnold Ebiketie, man. I'd love him to come back as a debt piece, but he wanted to get up out of here during the trade window.
Yeah.
Could be a guy that we can.
Didn't he pitch a fit or something like that? Was he making?
I think he retweeted something about him getting traded that same week, and then once he didn't get traded, he was like, "Oh well, I guess they want me here." You know what I'm saying? But
he made some cryptic, as they say, remarks.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was a tweet or something, right?
Yeah. I'm sure probably what happened. His agent probably told him something, and it probably just didn't fall through.
Yeah. I mean, you got. Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr. going crazy, Caden Ellis, DeAndre Malone caught injury too as well. I mean, they rotated a lot of guys over there too as well. Braylon Trice, what are they going to do with Braylon Trice? That's the name we got to look forward to. Braylon Trice.
Troy Anderson's cousin?
How do you know Braylon Trice? Man, your boy, man. Braylon Trice, man, your boy.
Never
we
heard
hadn't seen him, Jack. We hadn't seen him. How do we know? We hadn't seen him.
I'm saying, though, he was decent coming out of, what was that? Washington he came out of?
Washington, yeah.
So many years ago, Jack. I mean, geez.
Is it possible this could be his run? I mean, he did have some time to get healthy.
Is it possible he has a wing in Piedmont Healthcare next to Troy?
No. That's tough.
They bunk buddies.
That's tough. Troy Anderson's probably going to catch the boot. Darnell Mooney. It's Falcons football. Ian Cunningham and Matt Ryan, they're talking about the same thing. We're not being rude or disrespectful. It's a business at the end of the day. They got to trim the roster. They got to cut the fat. You know how it is when it comes to
getting. And you got to be there. Availability. You can't make the club from the tub, man. You can't. You know what I mean? Business.
Right.
It's like AD. Would you want AD on your squad? I don't want AD. I don't even want the letters A and D on.
He was involved in a massive trade today too, as well. Going now, him and Trae Young can run the East. Nah, it ain't gonna happen. Now you got 2 players on the bench, T. Will. Look at that. 2 players can talk about their medical.
The best thing you can do for Anthony Davis now is put him in bubble wrap until about when are the NBA playoffs?
Around April, May, somewhere around that time. May, I think.
Yeah. Put him in bubble wrap until around February. Then let him come out occasionally, warm up, play a few games, right? Just put him in for enough minutes, not too much, to just, get some consistency going. And then maybe he's there for you in the playoffs. But in no way would I ever. This dude, was it 60 million? 60. 60 million to play 20 games, bro. Where they do that at? That's all I'm saying.
Getting paid to put your shoes on, man. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. T. Will, I mean, for me, for the draft, defensive tackle, like you got cornerback 2, even wide receiver 2, 3, 4. Another tight end, if you don't, utilize that third tight end.
If you can't sign Tyler, maybe running back.
Yeah. Right, another running back, another linebacker too as well, which this draft and what I'm hearing is pretty tight with some linebackers. You might want to go ahead and look for that. There's a big pretty you can get coming out of college too as well. I think it's pretty deep within the trenches. If you want to bulk up on the depth on the offensive line too as well, that's going to be something to look forward to. What are they going to do with Caleb McGarry? What are they going to do with New Zeal? Something to look forward to. But T. Will, question goes to you, and then we'll get to our shout outs here. Diva CC asked the question about let's see, who would you cut and what's most vital for you in the draft to address?
I definitely cut Troy Anderson.
Oh, he a free agent. You ain't got to worry about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then I might just cut. I mean, Trice is still a rookie, right?
Yeah.
He's still in rookie contract. Yeah.
Was he a 2nd or 3rd round pick?
3rd. He didn't go. I'm pretty sure 3rd. 3rd or 4th.
He's cheap. So I don't know. He'd have to have a great camp. He'd have to have a great camp. Put his ass in bubble wrap. I don't even know I let him leave the building. Nah, bro, you got to sleep here.
Trice's tape coming out of college was sick.
Bro, that was
put him out. If he get, just imagine if he's healthy and you get the college Berlin Trice. Bro,
that was BM before my mom died. So much has changed.
Oh my gosh,
so much has changed. I'm just saying, man. Put him in, but I don't know that I'd cut him. Damn.
That's so
do that. I think of The Last Dragon. Bruce Leroy, kiss my Converse. Show me some moves. I'm sorry. That's The Last Dragon. That's a cult classic. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's a great movie.
Hey, the soundboard on Friday gonna be crazy. I'm telling you right now. Soundboard Friday morning, boy, we waking them up. I'm telling you, boy.
Every time you do that, there's a song from that movie called The Glow. And it starts with that gong. Every time I'm like, oh, anyway.
When you got that glow.
Exactly. I wasn't going to do that to him, but I hear you, Jack. Okay. I see you. Okay. Anyway, what the hell are we talking about?
Who you addressing in the draft, T. Will? You're a GM. You're sitting in the room with Matt Ryan and them. Who are you going for in this draft?
Who am I cutting? I think it was who am I cutting? Ebikadi's a free agent, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I cutting?
I don't even think it's about the cutting, about who you're going to re-sign at this point, because there's a lot of players going to be walking.
What's Mike Hughes' cap hit if I cut
him? Oh no, let me look. I don't think he make that much.
Yeah, I might cut him.
It's about that time.
I might. It's
about that time.
He might be the guy.
If you cut Mike Hughes, well, you got to make it a post-June cut if you cut him, because if you cut him pre-June, you got to eat $6.6 million of dead cap, and
not doing that.
Yeah, you don't even get a cap savings. So, his contract kind of dictates that he might stick around, gentlemen, unless you wait post-June.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. In the draft, again, for me, you gotta get a cornerback too. It can't because AJ's getting up there, man. You gotta get a cornerback too. You gotta get somebody that can help us play man. I love Jesse Bates. I wouldn't necessarily trade him, but to Tidy's point, I could see the Falcons doing it, especially if you're going to get back 4 or 5 picks. Not that you would, but let's say a team gets desperate. The only guy that they need is a safety, and they see Jesse Bates, and they want to give us, two number 2s and 2 number 3s. Yeah, I could see it happen. So yeah, we need a cornerback too, and we need some receivers, man. That's what I'd focus on in the draft. That's me.
Falcon Fans is going down in a major way, man. We spent almost close to 2 hours, man, with Tidy from Atlanta Bird Gang. And I'm telling y'all right now, man, if y'all enjoyed what you heard today on the podcast, you definitely want to be following Tidy too as well, because when he goes live and talks Falcons football, chat is always crazy over there, man, with everybody commenting. And Tidy does it by himself too as well. Tidy, you never wanted a co-host or anything. It's just like you just cut the mic on, and I know you got the bell. You ring the bell too as well, and of course, like, what is it about it when you just go live with the fans, man? I know you enjoy it, but what just makes you go live and just want to talk Falcons? It's just like you get home from work and you just, you know what, Falcons did this, that, and the third, or it's like, man, I just want to talk to the fans.
Yeah, it's really ultimately just the love of the team.
Yeah.
It just being like an Atlanta Falcons nerd, like at heart, just truly at heart. Because this was something I was doing before, there was really like a YouTube, I guess you could say. I would just talk Atlanta Falcons football, and like everybody like, man, you sure love the Falcons, man. Like, yeah, I do. I'm a Falcons nerd, I'm a football nerd. So, this was like a perfect outlet for me coming on YouTube, bro. So it's just something I could probably just sit there for hours and just talk about them and just until it's just me and nobody else in the chat. So it just really kind of just come by nature, man. And then, of course, being a Falcons fan, as the season progresses, they end up pissing you off. So this be kind of good therapy to come and just talk to people as the season going on. Because around about week 12, week 13, they done piss you off so bad, you need to just come release some frustration, bro.
Definitely right about that, man, especially in the past couple of years. T-Will?
That's a great point, Tidy. That, you know what? That is a great point. And I didn't think about that. I've been doing podcasts for 2 years. And I don't get as upset anymore, probably because I spend a lot of times bitching and moaning about him anyway.
Right.
And maybe it's catharsis. You know what? That's a good point. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that because, I used to, and my brother and I, we've been talking Falcons for 30 years. We've been having conversations back and forth. But I don't get as mad anymore. I didn't think about it. I didn't mean to cut you off, Jack. But
no, man, you know how it is on this podcast. Man. We love talking Falcons. We love it.
Very good point.
T-Will, there's days where I'm upset. You be like, Falcons lost. We're like, Jack, what time is the show? Man, we ain't doing no show. We ain't doing no show tonight. We ain't talking to nobody.
I get like that too, Jack. Sometimes I be in my emotions. I can't go tonight, bro. I gotta wait. If we play on Sunday, depending on how bad it done piss me off, I might wait until Tuesday, Wednesday, bro. Just like
T-Will, I tell T-Will, you know what it is? Like, Jack, we haven't talked since Friday. We back Wednesday. It's Saturday. Like, you not doing the show Sunday night? We ain't doing nothing Sunday night. We here. We might be back next Friday. We're on the 4-game loser streak now. But at the end of the day, Country said it best too as well, man. Raheem kind of took the fun away. The old last year's regime was kind of like, what is going on out here? Why is this happening? I ain't gonna lie. Since the Kevin Stefanski hire, the Matt Ryan hire, the offseason news that Raheem and Terry is gone, T-Will, you've noticed it on your channel. A lot more Falcon fans are back in tune again. Like, they're back like seeing. I know it's the offseason, so people are really excited. But I've been noticing that too as well on just the channel. And, of course, when we're talking to the chat. Like, T-Will, we talked about getting a moderator the other day. Like, the comments were going crazy. The first one we did with the Kevin Stefanski hire, bro, 1,300 folks. Like, where the hell y'all came from? What going? Y'all just want to talk Falcons for real? So it's a good time that it's the offseason. channels like, Atlanta Bird Game, pages like Atlanta Bird Game, brothers like Tidy, T Will, Big Low, all the content creators, Birdo, Bro Talk, everybody who comes in there talking Falcons. This is a good time to sit back when you got time, Falcon fans, and just join a podcast and just jump on and talk some Falcons with the Falcons content creators. Because at the end of the day, we love doing this. Like, we just really love doing this, man. And I'm going to continue doing this. I know T will going to continue doing it. And of course, Tidy too as well. Tidy, man, we got to get to your shout outs, man. So in this part of the shout out is like when you just won an Oscar, when you just won an Emmy, you're walking up on stage and you pull out your notepad and you've already wrote down your shout out. So who you want to give a shout out to, because I know this is your first time on One Time for the Fan, but it definitely will not be your last time.
It will not.
For the fan.
Yeah, this segment is referred to as the T Will segment of the show. So, yeah.
So
go ahead.
It's on you, man. So please, Tidy, give a shout out to your people, your family, whoever's rocking with you, everybody you want, because the platform is yours, sir.
All right. Well, since we're doing like an Oscar, first I want to thank God, because without him, none of this was possible. I remember the days of growing up in our 1-bedroom shack, and I never saw myself being here at this point. And it's, that's my Oscar speech, because I've seen this.
Yeah.
No,
we're here.
We're here, man.
We're here.
But seriously, man, shout out to everybody that was in the chat, man. I was trying my best to keep up with the chat, and they was on fire. So shout out to everybody that was in the chat tonight, man. Shout out to all Atlanta Falcons fans. Shout out to everybody in the ABG group. All the moderators and administrators that actually keep everything going on a daily basis. Props to them. Shout out also to One Time for the Fan. Thank you guys for having me here. First time, and like we just said, definitely won't be the last time. Definitely got to do this again. Really enjoyed it, and I want to thank y'all for inviting me on. Shout out to my guy, Jack Spade. Shout out to T Will with them easy patty cake questions. So hopefully next time I can get something outside of Wet City. Do the Falcons play in? Who? Ask me, who's the Falcons starting running back?
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
And shout out to all Atlanta Falcons content creators. Again, shout out to One Time for the Fan. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, share all the other great Falcons content creators. There's so many great ones out there. I want to start naming people because then I forget somebody, and you know how that goes. So, again, thank you very much for having me here, y'all. I'm really excited about the season, man. I can't wait to March get here when the official season starts, for 2026.
It's going down in a major way. Falcon fans, if you definitely liked or you love what you heard today from Tidy, from myself, from T Will, or from other fans in the chat, just drop a rise up in the chat. We're all in this together. At the end of the day, I'm sure the first topic has some people, a little bit, hey, on edge, like, yeah, y'all don't be talking about my quarterback like that. Getting ready to put them dukes up.
My quarterback, man.
Hey, man, that T Will, that Terrell Owens moment definitely comes out from time to time. But at the end of the day, we're all Falcon fans. We all want to win. We're all going to be at the Bend some point in time this season, or going to training camp some point in time this season to go represent our Dirty Birds. I see everybody on social media sticking up for the quarterback and Kevin Stefanski and Jeff Ulbrich. I mean, there's some people that say we need to get rid of Jeff Ulbrich, man. So at this point in time, man, we are really a family, a Falcons family, when it comes to, representing this fan base. T Will, former ATO Sports, One Time for the Fan. Shout outs is on you, sir.
All right. First and foremost, Tidy. Hey, man, I enjoy your show. I love the way you go about your business, man. You ride the wave of balanced and fair. I love it. You're never particular on one particular side. You give us the facts, and I love that, man. That's great.
Thank you.
I aspire to be more like that, and I respect you. And I will definitely have some more difficult questions. I did say more difficult some more challenging questions when
Please.
you come back. Sorry,
man said BET or MTV. Which we talking about?
More difficult. I don't know about that, Terry. More challenging, Mom. The next time you come on my show, sir.
Thank you.
But hey, please do. Thank you, Willie. Appreciate that. But hey, to everybody in the chat who joined us, thank you so much, guys. I'd be remiss if I didn't bring this up. Miss Pam reached out to me the other day. Miss Pam is a lady that I dropped off, or that we rather dropped off some Falcons goodies to her place a couple of months ago. She has stage 4 cancer. The cancer is spreading, so she did ask for prayer. So, guys, please keep Miss Pam. Her name is Pam Jackson. Some of you know her on Facebook. Please keep her in your prayers. As you know, cancer is terrible. It took Eric and I's biological father, and cancer just sucks anyway. So, guys, keep her in your prayers and well wishes for her. Other than that, man, hey, a fun show. Enjoyed it. I'm not going to take all day. Jack, thank you for having me on your show. As always, brother, I appreciate you. Thank you for inviting me. Brother Eric, thank you for helping me get my start in this business. Want to thank God for waking me up this morning and everything that he's done for me. And you guys can catch me at For My ATL Sports 1 if you're into ATL sports, and For My ATL Movies 1 if you're into movies and TV. Miss Carrie just did, me and Miss Carrie just did his and hers the other day. So check us out. And yeah, that's it. Jack, it's on you, sir.
Oh, it's pretty good show. Pretty damn good set of shout outs right there. Best performance.
Oh, wow.
Best breakthrough performance. Come on back up to the stage here, Tidy. Come on back up here. I know you got some shout outs.
Come on up, Tidy. Come on up to the stage. Come on up.
It's going down. Like, for everybody in the chat, too many fans to name. Like Tidy said, if I mention one or two and I forget somebody, I feel bad about it. So many fans tapped in tonight to watch this. Over 100 plus people was in here tonight watching Falcons content creators like myself, T. Will, and Tidy talk Falcons football in a way that I hope everybody understands it. But at the end of the day, we're all positive Falcon fans. We want to see the team win. Like Tidy said, we talked about the Super Bowl parade. We talked about what's going to happen when we get to the Super Bowl. Like, these are moments that, you know, every Falcon fan knows is going to happen. Like, we've been there twice already. We're going to go back. We're going to get another shot at it. Could it be under Kevin Stefanski? Will it be under Kevin Stefanski? I hope so. Will it be with Michael Penix? I hope so. Will it be with Matt Ryan in offense and Josh Blank, Art Blank, and the rest of the crew over there? That would be perfect. But at the end of the day, one time for the fan is from the fan, for the fan. We're going to continue putting the comments on the screen, the jokes too as well. When you guys are over here roasting, even y'all roast me too as well, we put it on the screen because we have a good time. We all know each other some way, somehow. So shout out to everybody who's bringing that energy every single podcast, because when we go live, y'all go live too as well. Friday morning, we are back. Breakfast with One Time for the Fan. T-Will 9:15 at the latest 9:30, but we're back. Whenever I wake up, whenever T-Will is finished with breakfast, because T-Will definitely hits the drive-through. He don't miss the drive. T-Will knows Chick-fil-A is ready to see T-Will around 8:45 in the morning.
I don't miss breakfast. I gotta take my blood pressure medicine. I'm not gonna miss breakfast. I gotta take it with food.
Last time, T-Will, we went from breakfast to lunch with One Time for the Fan, almost 4 hours.
That was quite an ordeal.
We sat there talking Falcons football. So
that was like a 20% of the day, right?
Bro, we had 200 plus people talking Falcons with us. It was tough to get off.
And, we went for like 5 hours.
Right.
So
it was close.
That's like almost 20% of the day, 24 hours. Right. 6 times 4 is 24 times 6, 24. Whatever. Okay.
God damn it. But we're in here doing a great job talking Falcons football with everybody. We enjoy this. So thank you all for being a part of it. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to everybody who tuned in tonight. Just keep repping, not only ABG, keep supporting Tidy with what he got going on. T-Will, former ATL Sports, One Time for the Fan. Great show the other night with Carrie and Eric on their Monday night show. So make sure you guys go over there and check that out too as well. All the content creators. Big shout out to you all in this Falcons community. And we'll see y'all Friday morning, breakfast for One Time for the Fan. T-Well, I'm about to go ahead and do it, man. I got to hit this end screen. You know how it works.
Give him hell, Jack. Give him hell.
2,
and it's 9.